So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how we go from a content bank within Google Drive into high performing creative ads for your Meta account. A lot of times and a lot of issues that a lot of brands have is that they do these high production shoots or even just shoots in general, and over time they just have a bank of content. Now it can be very overwhelming looking at this bank of content, not knowing what to actually do with it and how to actually take all these videos, all these statics and pictures that we have and actually formulate them into winning ads. So what I'm going to break down is an actual step-by-step process to actually get that done. So I'm going to just share my screen real quick. The example we're going to use here is a jewelry brand. When it comes to jewelry brands, it's bought on emotion, it's bought on identity, it's bought on community, and it's bought on moments. We're not going to be turning footage into just solely product ads because that's going to kill performance. The way I want you to think about this is don't ask what ads are we going to make. Think about what emotional triggers can I pull with the content that we have, because new customer growth in jewelry is going to come from new moments, new meanings, and new identities. All right, so what I want you to do is actually go into your Google Drive, and what we're going to do is we're going to tag the footage that we've got. So for example, these are two different folders. One of them was more so shoot behind the scenes, etc., of one of the photographers there, and then one of them was just very much so highly product focused. So what I want you to do is you're going to tag the footage by desire, identity, status, and meaning. So what you can actually do is just put these words at the end of the file name or at the start. The reason we're tagging them is because that makes it a lot easier later on in the video. I'm going to explain why. And the reason why I've picked these guys is because when it comes to a jewelry brand, no one's buying jewelry just because it's jewelry. It's going to fall under one of these emotional triggers. So desire, so this makes me feel wanted, this makes me feel elevated. Identity, so if someone aligns with your brand and what it is that you guys push forward, so for example, if it's luxury and people want to feel luxury, they will identify with this. So whatever actually reconfirms the identity that person already has, this is what will fall in within that. Status, if you guys have a community or even just your position of the brand, if people by wearing your brand can get an increased status, that's a big one as well. And then meaning, what does it mean to actually wear your jewelry brand? In this case, it's Founders Club. So what does it mean to be a founders member? What does it mean to be part of this community? So people are going to buy based off this, but what you want to do is you're going to want to look at your footage and see which clips or which videos, in this case there are videos in there, but which videos or which pictures actually speak to these. So for example, we can see now these guys are training. So anyone who's like into fitness, into self-improvement, into just taking care of themselves, I'll definitely be tagging them as an identity style clip. These ones in particular, these are a lot more trickier, but definitely status. So for example, very high-end aesthetic looking, high production footage, we could definitely tag as status, because status again is signaling taste, signals success. So moving forward then, once we've tagged all our footage, we want to think about our pockets of buyers. So what do I mean by pockets of buyer? We've got one brand, for simplicity, we'll say we have one product, but people are going to buy based off different reasoning. So people may buy because they've got an event coming up in the weekend. People may buy based on, again, like I mentioned, the whole identity aspect of it. Someone may buy based on the fact that they're into fashion and they need some extra pieces, or someone may really buy into the actual communities, the actual brands, the culture that you guys are creating. The reason why we want to get very clear on the core audiences is because we want to make sure our ads routes correctly. Creative is now the targeting. So gone are the days where we set up campaigns that are targeting 18 to 25 who are based in the UK, who are interested in football or whatever. Now it's the creative doing the targeting. So what do I mean by that? Your creative needs to speak to your ICP, so your pocket of audience in this case. Every hook, every visual, every line needs to be very intentional. We can't just randomly put words and put scripts together. It needs to be very intentional. So looking at this, right, so what I've done here is that I've split up pockets of audience into 5 pockets, so 5 buyers, right? The reason I did that is because I want to show you how you can take one product and split it into so many different pockets, but also showing you guys how you can use one batch of creatives or a bunch of creatives within your drive to create consistently a bunch of winning ad creatives. So pocket A in this case, right, are the people who've basically been burnt in the past. So I've got in here quotation marks, green neck, fake jewelry victims. So how do we actually find these pockets? That's in the previous video. You can check places like Reddit. You can check your competitors' reviews. You can also check just organic socials or and just comments in general. There's a bunch of different places, and of course AI, etc. So the pocket we're going to speak about here is people who've been burnt by cheap chains in the past. This is a problem to solution angle. So people want to move away from, okay, I've already tried the cheap angle, I've already tried buying cheaper jewelry, now I need something that's sustainable, maybe won't burn my pockets, but at the same time will give me that quality that I'm looking for. So like I mentioned here, what the trigger is that they've been burnt by cheap chains turning brassy in the past. So maybe you've been using it for a couple of months, now it's turning all brown. What they want is something that doesn't irritate and something that lasts, and then the angle, like I mentioned, is going to be pain to solution. So we're going to really push the quality and the proof. That's where the high res, high production, luxury style photos come in. Why do I say that? Is because it really gives whoever's the viewer, whoever's watching the video or looking at the static, they get to get an actual glimpse of the quality of the material itself. So all of these close-ups and even just the setting and the aesthetic of it just gives luxury, gives high standard, gives high quality. And this is what they're looking for, especially if you're positioned at a decent price point and it's like, wow, I'm actually getting a lot for my money. Here again, all of these close-ups, and even just again the aesthetic and the position. So this is like a very much so a taste thing. A lot of these clips as well would have been tagged as our identity or our status one as well. Again, these are people who are looking to no longer be victims of like fake jewelry. They actually want to like level up. Again, these are the video versions of that high quality aesthetic. So this is a great place for like I mentioned, high production videos, high production imagery, and just obviously as well, because we've got these images and these statics, we want to layer on top scripts, voiceovers, or static text copy that speaks to this. So these are a lot of the examples where we can do like side by side imagery, where for example you've got a horrible picture of a necklace of your competitor, so we can just say old, so this is the old person, and then this is you now, so new. That style of static obviously is a horrible image, if you get what I'm trying to say. So basically this is what the old jewelry that you guys would have used before, but this is you guys as well, but this is the new brand. This is where you guys are now positioned, because now you're going to use your high-end production style imagery and then compare that with just the really crap stuff they would have used, or maybe showing chains that are brassy, chains that are full of copper, etc. Or better yet as well, with this high production video as well, you can do voiceovers that speak to this as well, like tired of having the green neck when you come out of the shower, tired of cheap chains breaking on you, etc. This is where this footage would really come in handy. So we're actually going to look at the brand that's actually doing this very, very, very well. So we're going to look at Crafted. They've been absolutely crushing it for God knows how long. For each pocket, we're going to find examples of each one. So for the first pocket, we're going to look at statics only, just to make this a bit easier. We want to be looking at before and afters, just so I can show you the problem, the solution exactly. Here's an example of the before and after. So like I was explained to you earlier. So this is pocket A, people who are burnt by previous brands. So the problem, tarnished metals, leaves green marks, breaks easily, and it feels cheap. So here we are mentioning all the different pain points that this person would have, and then we're now positioning Crafted in this case as the solution, with a bit of social proof here as well. 24,000 plus 5-star reviews. The social proof here is very important because this person is already skeptic. They've already bought, they've already been burnt. So social proof is very important and can be leveraged extremely well when it comes to these type of cases. Here again is a really nice example. So it just shows after year 1 what's going to look like, and then after year 10 what's going to look like. So it's just showing you over the course of period, the quality and the appearance of the chain is going to be the exact same. Again, leaning into the zero tarnish, zero rust, zero excuses. So really, really, really good examples. And these are type of copy, the type of creators you want to see within the pocket A buyer. Let's go into pocket B, right? So this is a completely different buyer. So you want to speak to them a lot differently. These are people who are going out on the weekend and they're looking for a quick upgrade. So the trigger is, like I mentioned, weekend plans. They've got a date, they got an event, they got a holiday. So what do they want? They want an instant upgrade, something that will instantly elevate their look, elevate their style. Masculine, clean look, and they want compliments. So again, angle, type, identity, status. So these would have been tagged with identity, status, and maybe even desire. Again, the high production really fits in here as well. Obviously using copy that leans into this angle, which leads into this outcome as well. This necklace honestly just hits different when you add it to any outfit, blah, blah, blah. Or looking for a quick instant upgrade to your outfit, our jewelry does XYZ. For this example now, this is the type of footage or the type of imagery we want to be using. Again, we're going high level production, we're looking clean, it's all upgrade, it's all status, it's all luxury. We want to use the high production style clips again. So now if we go to pocket 3, where this is the community builder, discipline, ambition style crowd. So these are the people who want to be part of something bigger. The trigger here, building something, training, high rocks, routine, self-respect. These are the culture style people. These are people who buy based on culture and want to be part of something. So as I mentioned, they want symbols, they want community, they want I'm that guy. This is desire, this is identity. So all of this footage should already be tagged. So it's just a case of you've now found the pockets and you're not looking for footage. You already know what's tagged and you already know what footage you're going to use for that. The angle type here is world building, mission, belonging. Basically, we want to create a gap between their current situation and where our product fits in and where that brings them up to. We want to create the gap where it's like, it's not too far ahead where it's like, oh, this is so unattainable, but it's just far enough for them to be like, oh, I can make a change, I can fix this. And that fix is buying this jewelry, being part of the community. So pictures where it's showing people training together, it's showing just the lifestyle, the aesthetic, that side of things. With this brand particularly, they're really pushing towards founders, trailblazers, people who are building their own businesses. So obviously aesthetic, founder style footage like this, showing the BTS, showing the lifestyle of someone who wears this type of jewelry, that shows the community aspect of it. So you can really make use of a lot of the BTS type clips you guys already have. If it's BTS videos you have as well, when it comes to like maybe even just the shoot or planning the shoot or creating the pieces, all of this builds the world, all of this builds the branding. And this type of footage is the one that will attract pocket C, so people who are wanting to be part of this crowd. Another thing that could fit in here again is more of the workout style clips as well, again because that ties in with the identity. Pocket D, price to value rational buyers, so people who want quality but hates getting rinsed, so premium without the crazy markup. The same imagery being used over here could be used over here as well, but right now you're really speaking to like people who want, like I mentioned here, cost justification. So tired of spending hundreds of pounds on jewelry, why not spend half the amount but get this exact same quality? So these are people that are very logical, who want premium, that want that look, they want that status that comes with wearing the jewelry, but maybe they don't have the finances for it, or they want to just rationalize spending X amount for that. You could definitely just use a lot of the luxury style footage again, as you can see over here, but again this time the copy is very different, as opposed to like tired of brass chains, you want to have copy that screams affordable luxury. You want to be like, tired of spending crazy prices for luxury jewelry, this is where we come in. So that's essentially how you want to be thinking. And then pocket E, the last one, are the gift buyers. So people who want to, this is the girlfriend, this is the wife, this is the mother, people who want to buy, or even it's the friend actually, people who want to buy the jewelry for birthdays, anniversaries, people who don't know what to get for their partner. This is who you're going to be targeting. So you want to make content that speaks to them. So people who are like, your boyfriend's birthday is coming up, don't know what to get him, here we go. Anniversary's coming up, here we go. Christmas coming up, here we go. So what they want is a safe win, because if they're going to order jewelry for a birthday, they want to guarantee that the person who's going to buy it is going to actually like it. They want meaning, they want good packaging, and the angle type here is the problem solving and proof. Again, the footage you want to be using is luxury, because obviously if it's a present, you want to make sure that you're giving someone a good present. So having that high quality close-up shots of the product allows this person to actually see what it is that they're getting, which is really important, because right now they're in a bit of a, not a panic state, but they just need to be very, very sure. So they're going to double think before just click and buy, because if they hurt themselves, there's no harm in disappointing yourself, because you always just return it. But if you're giving someone the gift, you want to make sure they actually like it, especially if you're like me and you're leaving gifts to the last minute. That's what you want to do. So again, when we're doing the statics and we're creating the imagery, we want to be leaning into the problem solving aspect of it, that we are the brand that are going to be here to make sure that you don't disappoint your partner, your husband, etc., etc. This is us. You can take a bet on us. And then, for example, even just having a bunch of UGC videos of even girls, because this is a men's brand, having a UGC video of girls being like, oh, I bought this necklace for my partner, he absolutely loves it. So it's just, again, it's relatable, it's objection handling as well, all within the same. So here we've got the pocket E example, so the person who's buying for gifts. So this is a really good call out, so literally speaking to the person right then where they are in the buying journey. So for the girl who's out of gift ideas, we've got you. Now we've got to obviously get the benefits across just to make sure that they know that this is a safe buy. So water, heat, sweat resistance, 316L stainless steel and rhodium, the material hypoallergenic, so no green skin, so it's good quality, and a lifetime guarantee. So just in case the person you buy it for doesn't like it, you got a lifetime guarantee. And number one gift for men, crafted. So yeah, again, close up on the actual chain and what it actually looks like. So this is again another good example of a buying style one. Again here, so for the guy who has everything, so I like this one, right? Because a lot of girls could be thinking, my boyfriend has everything, I don't know what else to get him. This is literally speaking to that person right then and there. 10x cheaper than regular gold, 4x thicker plating for the quality, one time again, lifetime guarantee. That's just a bit of a reassurance. So heat proof, waterproof, sweat proof. Another really, really nice static, and again another close up on what it is that the dependents actually look like that are on the chain. So this is just an example of how you can have one product, but then you need to be able to speak to 5 different pockets or multiple different pockets of people. I always recommend like 3 to 5, like just start with that, and then you can really, really get granular within each pocket and finding formats that work well within those pockets themselves. So it really does get very deep with it. So yeah, it's important that you do have those pockets in mind when creating ads, because you want to make sure that ads are routing correctly. They're not just going to random people. So this is just a really quick overview raw overview in regards to how you can take a bunch of creatives and a bunch of videos and pictures within your Google Drive and create high performing winning ad angles based off of that. There's a lot of context missing in this video, so if you want some added context, you can find videos on how to create multiple angles. I've also got videos on hooks, and I've got videos on just creative testing strategies and systems in total. If you're an e-commerce brand doing 7 or 8 figures in revenue, feel free to reach out if you want to see how we can help you guys scale profitably using your ad creatives. Click the link in the bio, and I'll see you guys in the next video.